So when you hear of the tech wearables, what comes into mind? Right, welcome everyone to Majesty Computers. Today we are not looking at a phone, but we are looking at the Samsung Galaxy Ring. Right, everybody is talking about sleep tracking, heart temperature, temperature sensor, accelerometers, and other stuff. So Samsung decided to pack all the tech inside of a smartwatch into a titanium steel smaller than a penny. Right, it's like a ring, a smartwatch without a screen. This is what Samsung came in to do this time, sorry. And then we are going to look at it just a masterpiece or it's an expensive gadget that is not even worth your money. That's what we are checking today. So what we are going to do today first is to check how this thing was actually designed. The first thing is the shell and the seal of this thing. Great. So with the first look at the exterior of this thing, Samsung used grade 5 titanium steel, like one of the hardest one that causes it resists corrosion and also not easy to break down. This guy do not bend, they do not expand. They were forged out of hot steel, so for liability and for beauty, that one is assured. Gently, everything looks good. This is a very powerful metal, right? So it's not like you are going to see it fading any moment from now. Looking at the official press material, that resin isn't just a cover, it is a structural seal. Once you crack that thing open, that resin rates the battery, and at that point you cannot do anything about it again. It loses its water resistivity. You see that? So the integrity of that ring is gone as soon as you crack it open. That's what I'm trying to say at the moment. So to me as a technician, that is a massive red flag for me. Anything that you open and it loses its integrity, no matter how much you try, no matter how skillful you are, you find out that it has lost its integrity, or how the owner gave it to you, you cannot return it as it was before, right? That is a massive red flag to me as a technician, right? The second thing we are going to check is the actual feel, how it feels in your hand. You see, this thing comes in a curve, it's in a round form, which means everything inside there is in a curve form. The battery is a curved battery in a secret, right? This is how Samsung made it. They were able to bend this battery into the resin, right? The resin seal. It formed part of the resin seal, so it's not something you can quickly swap it up and replace it in case it get damaged in like 2 years time. So at a repairability standpoint, that is also another failure. So in case you're buying this thing and you have it in mind that has to fix it, if you are enjoying this technical video, then I'll ask you to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Here's Majesty Computers. At the moment we only have 26 subscribers, and I will be so happy if you subscribe and help the community grow. Thank you. Into that little ring on your hand, right? So it's not something that have a massive battery in there. It's just a little 20 to maybe 30 milliampere hour battery that they put into the generic replacement cell. They call it generic replacement cell, but I'm not sure you can replace that one, right? So in case you have a problem with it, the only thing you can do is to change the entire thing. At a standpoint, from a repair standpoint, right, it's a nightmare. You can't just buy a general replace cell for this one. You see, you can't just buy, and I'm not even sure there are batteries on the market that you can buy and put in this thing. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't always work like that. And one more thing which is fascinating I found about this is the motherboard. Normally we have our motherboard to be strong and hard, like something like this. This is how our normal motherboards usually look like. This is an Android motherboard, right, belonging to one of the popular brands here. Okay, but this time Samsung decided to make a motherboard which is flexible and stretchable. Okay, so the motherboard is a flexible one. You can actually bend it. That's how they managed to bend it into that ring shape. Okay, so it's not the flat and the like flat and rigid one like the one we have here. It's a flexible PCB wrapped around the inner circumference. It is packed with the sensor, accelerometers, right, an optical heart rate sensor, and a skin temperature sensor. The soldering here is at a microscopic level. If I say microscopic level, it's so small that you can't just use your physical eye, start doing it. You need a microscope to work on, or to even see some of the component on this guy. You need a microscope, right? That's how tiny the things on this guy are made. Are made, right? Are made into that PCB. It's not easy. It's nearly impossible without snapping the traces. When you try to work on it, right, you see that they are so small on there. It's a nightmare for you to try repairing on one of this. And then one thing too very necessary is how this thing receive power. I mean, how do we charge it? Looking at it, there's no any charging port on it. It's just a cylindrical ring, a jewelry, a ring on your hand with no charging port on it. So how does it receive power? Okay, it receives power by a charging system. It has an induction coil fused together with this flexible PCB. Okay, so when this induction coil get breaking by a drop or maybe by any way of damage by liquid or something, it means the ring is the work of it is done. You can't usually do anything about it. You can sometimes replace the charging coil. This coil is integrated directly. Okay, so when it comes to other devices like a laptop, mobile phone, smartwatches, you can replace the charging coil, but with this ring you can't replace it. It is fixed with a copper wire in this, right? So in Majesty, the majesticness of it is good, right? So as a tech guy, I will not say when it comes to repairability, I'm not say this one is good. It's a huge red flag for me as a technician, right? Okay, so Samsung talks a lot about being eco-friendly, but let's be honest, a device that cannot be repaired is not green. It's not at all. When the battery eventually fails, all lithium batteries do the entire ring has to be replaced. You see that? You can't just replace the battery, you have to replace the entire ring. That's what I mean. At Majesty Computers, we believe in the right to repair. We believe in keeping tech out of the landfill. You see, so we believe in keeping everything working. Even when all people think, oh, this thing is over, our belief is to make sure it keeps on working. We give it another life, bring it back to life, make sure it stand up and works again. The Galaxy Ring is beautiful piece of engineering, but it represents the zero repair. That's what I'm telling you. Future that Apple and Samsung are pushing to build. Okay, so it's a beautiful engineering masterpiece by a zero repair, and this is what both Apple and Samsung are pushing to achieve. They are pushing to achieve the type of gadget that we will not even need to repair them. And this is my verdict on it as a technician. So what's the verdict? If you buy the Galaxy Ring, right, you are buying a piece of high-tech jewelry with an expiration date. You see, so it's a piece of high-tech jewelry you just bought having an expiring date on it. That is the mentality. So don't buy it thinking that, oh, I'm going to use it for a very long time. No, it doesn't work like that. As a master technician, I can tell you, do not expect to see a battery swap video for this one. No, I'm not going to make any battery swap video on the repairability of the Galaxy Ring. No, I'm not going to do it. It's simple. It wasn't built for us to fix it. You see, it wasn't built for us to fix it. If you are enjoying this technical video, then I'll ask you to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Here's Majesty Computers. At the moment, we only have 26 subscribers, and I will be so happy if you subscribe and help the community grow. Thank you.